Hey, what's going on, everybody? On YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com, coming back to you with another video. And this is probably the 7th or 8th video over the last couple months in terms of my real estate journey. So just to give you a quick recap, if you're just watching my real estate update video for the first time, probably about 4 or 5 months ago, I created a goal to purchase my first real estate investment property. And essentially what I've done over the last 4 months or so has been hire a real estate agent, start looking for properties, start building up my team. I ended up getting insurance for the property, my lender, built my whole team up, and I found a property. And yeah, I'm going to be owner occupying the property. It's a 2-family duplex. It's actually a side-by-side unit. It's a really nice property in, I would say, a B neighborhood. So an A neighborhood is like the best. The B is like a step down. The C, you're starting to kind of get in the ghetto. And D, you're typically in a war zone. When it comes to nicer properties, A or a B neighborhood, a lot of times you're not going to be cash flowing as much. So you're not going to be making as much money up front, but you're typically going to get a property with better tenants, less problems, and better appreciation over time. Whereas when you start going into the ghetto or the war zones, you can make a ton of upfront money, but a lot of times you're dealing with a lot of violence, crimes, just a lot of problems, issues. They don't necessarily treat your properties as well. Just a general rule of thumb. But you can make a lot more money up front, but the appreciation over time is typically much lower. So I chose to go with a 2-family that I'm going to be owner occupying. So I'm going to be living on one side, and I have a tenant that's already in place until the end of September. And yeah, it's a beautiful property. It's got a newer roof, newer furnaces, side-by-side unit, hardwood floors. I'm going to be doing a whole walkthrough video with you guys, so it's going to be really exciting. But I'm closing on February 8th. That's when I sit down with my agent, my lawyers, my lenders, the sellers, and you pretty much go through the final process. So I'm going to just share a couple of things that I'm working on now, just as yeah, just to kind of document this whole entire journey, because I know there's a lot of you guys who are resellers who want to buy real estate. It might be your end game, or maybe you just want to build some passive income or just build some long-term wealth, because as you know, when you're self-employed, there is no retirement fund there. There's no 401k. Obviously, you can start a SEP investment, or you can invest in the stocks or different things like that. But real estate is a great long-term wealth generator. So this is something I've definitely been wanting to do for a long time. Had a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of things that people were saying that actually ended up not being true, just in terms of the whole process. One of the big things was, Steve, you're self-employed. It's going to be nearly impossible for you to get a loan. And that's absolutely untrue, 100% untrue. Really, essentially, all they're going to want from you is 2 years of tax returns. So income verification. So if you've had a job for like 4 or 5 years prior, but now you've been self-employed for a year, a lot of times you're going to have a hard time qualifying, because they're going to want to see those 2 years of tax returns with enough income. And that's one of the hard things about buying real estate as someone who's self-employed, is we're writing so many things off that we're bringing our income down as low as possible. So when it comes to qualifying, sometimes it's difficult. So they're going to look at your income, they're going to look at your credit, they're going to look at a bunch of different things. But that was just one thing that people said, hey, don't even waste your time on real estate, because you're not going to be able to get it as a reseller, as an eBay, Amazon seller. That's 100% untrue. So I just want to put that out there. But yeah, closing is February 8th on my property. And pretty much what phase I'm in right now is I've already gone through the inspections. I've already gone through my final negotiations. I've already gotten the appraisal on the house. Just a couple of days ago, I got what was called finalized our mortgage commitment. So you're going to be working with your mortgage lender throughout this whole entire process, which is going to secure your financing. And your mortgage lender is typically working with someone known as an underwriter or a loan officer. And these are the people that are going to finalize your loan. So there's just a lot of things that you're going to have to give them: documents, paperwork, signing tax returns, income verifications, this and that. If you're part of any partnerships, you might need to give them K-1 documentation. You're going to have to verify why credit cards are under certain names, why you have certain businesses, why or how you're showing certain income. So we've kind of gone through that whole process. My mortgage commitment is finalized. What's really next right now is just working with the lawyer And you're actually not going to be working with your lawyer for the most part during the stages leading up to the closing. You're actually going to be probably working with the lawyer's assistant. So I just got off the phone with one of the assistants that work for the lawyer. And essentially she said, hey, yeah, you know, closing is on February 8th. A couple things to keep in mind is, number one, you need to make sure that you get in your final walkthrough with your real estate agent. So considering that one of my units are already rented out, there's a lease that's in place until the end of September. I've got to work with my agent to make sure that we can get into the property for a final walkthrough before closing, both sides, because obviously you don't want to close on a property and then all of a sudden you find out pipes are bursted, the furnace is destroyed, and the house is on fire. So that something that's called a final walkthrough. So if you've gone through this process before, I'm sure this is something that you're already aware of, but this was new for me. I didn't know that there was a final walkthrough. But that's pretty much it right now. Once they run their final numbers, I'm going to be coming to the table with all of my final costs. So my down payment minus various closing costs are added, various closing costs and different fees that are related to it. So I'm going to be bringing a banker's check or a cashier's check to closing. And then you pretty much get the keys and sign a bunch of papers. She said, make sure to bring your driver's license. So that's where I stand. It's been a pretty cool process. I've learned a ton. Very excited about getting the keys and getting started. And I actually have quite a few ideas for different repairs that I'm going to be making. I'm going to be switching out, or I'm going to be ordering a couple new water heaters. We're going to be doing a little bit of work on one of the kitchens that I'm going to be living in because it's a little outdated. A little bit of work on the bathroom, and then just a few little odds and ends. Probably paint the cabinets, add some knobs, maybe add a few various amenities to just spice up the place a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to be documenting the journey when I get the keys, walking inside. I'll be showing you guys the place, my unit at least. I'm not going to be able to probably show you the other tenant's place because it's just probably not right. But yeah, I'll be showing you guys the property. I'll probably be breaking down the numbers for you as well in another video. So I'll share with you guys exactly what I ended up paying, how much came out of my pocket for the down payment, closing costs, what I look to cash flow per month, and I'll break down all of the numbers for you. I did go with a conventional loan, 25% down. My interest rate ended up coming to about 4.75. Yeah, I'll break everything down with you. I'll share with you guys what I'm paying and like insurance, taxes, all that stuff, so you guys can go out and analyze deals for yourself. But yeah, it's gonna be cool to kind of document this journey and share with you guys before and after and wins and losses. Right now, the next big thing is just really learning how to get prepared for managing the tenants. That's going to be the big thing right there. So, you know, I'm coming into a property where there's already going to be tenants in place. There's already a lease that I have to follow. So I've been talking to quite a few of my real estate friends. Just got off a call with my friend Kim, who owns 12 units, and she was giving me some great advice on pretty much taking over a property with tenants already in place and just ways to be able to manage them, setting ground rules, different things like that. So since I'm going to be owner occupying the property, you know, I definitely need to set some ground rules. So I'm definitely excited about it. A little nervous, not going to lie to you, but I think that's normal. Anytime you get into something new, especially when you're starting to deal with things that cost quite a bit of money, like the property that I just purchased, there's a lot at stake. But it's definitely not as hard as I thought it was. A lot of people tried to scare me away from it and tell me you can't do it, it's too hard, too much documentation, you're a reseller, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, phase one of like getting the property is about to be complete. Now phase two is really the big thing, which is learning how to manage it, make sure it makes money, and you know, that whole process. So it's gonna be a lot of fun going through this. I'm excited for it. I appreciate you all. If you have any questions, feel free to ask away. I'll hang out with you guys for a couple more minutes before I go into the gym. And if you are enjoying this journey and you want more videos about this, hit the like button. Fluffy says, congrats, brother, good luck. Thanks, Fluffy. Martin from Thrift Store Gold, smash that like button. Thanks, Martin. Martin's about to hit 500 subscribers. He was at like 150 a couple weeks ago, and he's been blowing up because he's been putting out some really good content. So go check out Martin from Thrift Store Gold. Young guy, 21 years old, doing a great job. Can't wait to buy my first property. So you said 2 years of proof of income. Yeah, you're gonna need 2 years proof of income, and the proof is gonna have to be in the form of your tax returns if you're self-employed. What do you drink in the morning for a kick of energy? Coffee or tea or juicing? I juice a lot. One of the things I like for energy in the morning is I take a cup of water and I squeeze a bunch of lemon juice in it, fresh lemon juice, and then I add some sea salt. That's great, but also coffee. There was another question that came through. I forgot what it, let me see if I can scroll back. Oh yeah, one thing I want to mention to Matrix After Dark is you can also use the income. Don't quote me on this, but my lender was telling me something about if you're a little short on income, you can use the income that the property is going to generate. If you're using, I think it's an FHA. I'm not sure if this depends on the loan that you use, but you can use the income that's generated by the property that you're going to be purchasing to go towards your income for qualification purposes. So I would look into that. Matrix says, I've been following you with your videos for a while with books. I just made my first sale on Amazon the other day. That's awesome. Yeah, you just got to go out there, scan, list, and get it done, you know? So much money to be made out there, it's ridiculous. But you got to take action, and it's not easy. And you're not going to typically make money the first month or two. You know, this real estate journey that I've been on, I've been putting in 4 or 5 months of work, and I haven't even made $1 yet. Hey, Eric, I'm sorry about your loss, brother. My prayers are with you and your family. Appreciate you watching, Eric. Keep your head up, brother. Secret Scratcher says, nice channel, Martin. Yeah, so I don't see any more questions coming in, but if you guys do have any questions, feel free to drop a comment down below afterwards. I'm getting ready to go into the gym right now and crush a workout. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. There'll be more videos coming in this journey on this channel, sharing my real estate journey, so it'll be exciting. Mark says, make sure you get credited the rental deposit if known, having the attorney write in affidavit with the owner and also send it to the tenants. Okay, yeah, that's something good to keep in mind, but I'm sure the lawyers are going to be taking care of all of that. My real estate agent already talked about that. Everyone's giving a lot of warm wishes to Eric. Tanya says, good morning. I relate to you so much. Same goals. Thank you for all your help. I appreciate it. Thanks, Tanya. Gary says, interested in hearing how you deal with all those tenant issues. One of the big things that I've been learning, and a lot of people that have problems with their tenants, and I've been reading a ton and educating myself and networking with people. And one of the reasons why I feel like people have problems with tenants is because they just let them get away with stuff and they don't give them consequences. For example, I know someone who owns a real estate property and they deal with crap from their tenants all the time. Late payments, loud noise, this and that, all these issues. And I asked them, I said, what do you do to, you know, overcome these late issues? Oh, I threaten them, this and that. And I said, do you ever charge them late fees? No, I don't have the heart to charge them late fees. I said, well, after 10 or 12 days, are you giving them the eviction notice? No, I feel bad for them. They have a family, this and that. And it's like, here's the thing. You're running a business. You're not there to provide housing as a donation, right? You're not there to be a nice guy. You're running a business. If people pay you late, you hit them with the late fee. If after a certain amount of time, they don't pay you, based on your state laws, serve them with the eviction notice. I mean, yeah, you want to be fair, but you want to also be firm. And just based on my research, a lot of people, they don't understand how to run businesses and they're trying to be nice guys. And I guess a good analogy is, just based on my research, is when you're managing tenants, you're almost raising children, right? If you let a child get away with something and you say that you're grounded and there's no TV for you the next week, but then they do the same thing, or maybe it's time to, you know, take the TV away and you don't take the TV away, what's going to happen? They're going to do the same thing over. You're training them to continue making that same mistake or to continue that behavior. When you're managing a real estate property, if you let them continue to pay late and you don't hit them with the late fees, if you don't make it sting, if you don't serve them with the eviction notice, or you don't send them something in writing, they're going to keep doing it. So a lot of people in real estate suffer and talk a lot of trash about landlording just because they don't understand how to run a business. So I think I've got a step ahead in that sense, just managing multiple virtual assistants and working with a lot of people and starting different businesses. So I know it's not going to be easy. There's going to be challenges that I have no idea about, but I know that you've got to treat it like a business. You've got to set up workflows and systems and processes and protect yourself. So yep, exactly. So appreciate you guys. I got to go into the gym. I'll talk to you in the next video. Peace.